Israel, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad, Baruch, Shem Kavo, Ma'uto, Leolam, Vayed. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our Yah, the Lord is one. Blessed be the name of his glorious kingdom, forever and ever. All praises to the Most High Yah.
Playing from S's iPhone.
And wanna come home. Please don't close the door on me. If I should go astray, I know your love comes someday. If I should ever leave, please don't close the door on me. If I should go astray, I know your love.
Bless your name, Yah.
If I should ever leave,
Don't close your door.
I should go astray,
And I know your love. I know your love. Sound the chauffeur.
if I should ever leave,
I know you will. Oh,
I should go astray.
if I should go, I know your love. If I should, I know your love. I know your love. Sound the chauffeur. Oh, please don't close. And mortified.
Should go astray.
Bring me home someday. If I should, I wanna come home. I wanna come home. If I should go astray, I hear your love calling.
If I should go astray.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. On the third day, we get up this morning seeking him first. The kingdom of the Most High Yah and all his righteousness, knowing that all things should be added unto us. Therefore, we come seeking, knocking, and asking, because we always want to walk obedient to the Most High Yah. He said we have not because we ask not. So in a season of the Most High Yah telling you that you're going to have some self-control, are you seeking the Most High Yah? The word says, if any man wants wisdom, let him ask for it. So are you seeking the Most High Yah? Are you really getting yourself out the way now after that message on Sabbath? Yah is a jealous Yah, and there will be no other Yahs, little gods, before him. So we have to get to an understanding where we have to be very careful who we are making our gods or what emotions we're making our gods. We found that bitterness could be a god. You know what I'm saying? We found out that, rejection could be our God because we've been rejected so much. And so we just want somebody to accept us. We found out that abandonment, we have abandonment issues. That could be our God, that during this time of a relationship series, we can attach ourselves to the wrong people because we want to be in relationship. And remember, we got to be very careful of bonding with folks, because when you begin to communicate, you create a bond. So therefore, we have to be very careful of these conversations. Some conversations just need to be cut short. Good morning, and that's it. Because when you begin to say, good morning, how are you? And how was your day? Now we're beginning to make that web, making that bond. And so bonds can't even be cut with a knife. They have to be ripped apart. So some things that we are bonding ourselves to people that we should not be making bonds with. So doing relationships, what does fellowship with darkness have to do with light? We cannot be yoked up with folks that don't believe in the Torah. We already know that. So we have to come out of darkness into his marvelous light and begin to use wisdom. The Most High Yah is not giving us all these teachings not to make an application. So we have to use wisdom, y'all. I mean, it's great to have all these teachings. I mean, we're getting all this information, and we know knowledge is information, and that the Most High Yah people, they perish from lack of knowledge. So we're getting all this knowledge, information. We come to comprehension. We understand that thing. We be like this. Oh, I get it this time. And so then when do we make the application? So it's time to make an application. And I'm talking about in our relationships. The Most High Yah said all the commandments, come on now, the greatest is this, to love the Lord, the Most High Yah, with all your heart, with all your might, and love your neighbor as yourself. So we're talking about relationship, our relationship with the Most High Yah and our relationships with each other. So women, we are walking in the purpose and power of woman, and we're getting deep in these last teachings on these series. And I'm so excited about what Yah is doing because he's teaching us. We're getting to the part where, hey, we're not going to make the same mistakes we made in relationships. I'm talking about married, single, divorced, separated. We're not going to make the same mistakes that we made before in relationships. So that's what we want to do. We want to make the right decisions. So that means making an application. So Boker Tov to you all. You Queen Doreen, you Queen Evelyn, you Queen Katina, bless you. We want to make an application. Sometimes you got to just say, I'm tired of myself. Ain't about the other person. I'm tired of myself. We about to go into a new year on March the 13th, getting real excited. I mean, we're about to go into 5, 7, 8, 1, and we need to know that we're walking different this year. You know, we make all these, and I say, don't ever make no New Year's resolution. I want a revelation. I don't want a resolution. I want a revelation of what I need to be doing with my life. So coming up on this new year, March the 13th, you better tell yourself, I ain't making no resolutions. I want a revelation. I want more and more and more understanding from the Most High Yah, so I can have wisdom to apply it to my life, so I won't be dysfunctional anymore, and I will be functional, and I will not lean to my own understanding. In all my ways, I'm going to just acknowledge the Most High Yah, because he is directing my path. And so that's what we need to get to. Application. Because there's no sense in learning all this if you ain't going to apply it. That's what we have to get to, application. Check yourself. Check yourself. For real. Check yourself. Woo, Most High. I come lifting up everyone on YouTube live this morning. The ones that are listening live and the ones that will listen later. Give us a spirit of application. Let us have wisdom. If any man wants wisdom, let him ask for it. So let us be wise like the wise version and not the 5 foolish version. Let us be like Solomon. Let's ask for wisdom. And then you begin to give us the things that we did not even ask for. So I thank you this morning for setting us on a path of wisdom, because we just want more of you and less of us, Most High. We don't want to yield to our flesh. We want to yield to your will. Thou kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I lift up Aaron to you this morning, Queen Adrian's brother, and I ask you to touch him from the top of his head to the soles of his feet. Most High Yah. I send Raphael for healing like never before. I lift up Gina to you, Most High Yah. Give her strength, give her endurance. Let her know right now that you are a healer. And by your stripes, she is healed, and healing is the children's bread. I lift up everyone on on YouTube live this morning. Whatever they stand in the need of, Most High. If it's finances, touch them financially. If it's emotionally, spiritually, touch them, Most High. Yeah. Whatever they stand in the need of. Let them know in the kingdom that there is no lack, that your reputation is on the line, and you are the Most High. You shall supply all their needs according to your riches and glory. Open up the windows of heaven and pour them out a blessing that they don't have room to receive. I thank you right now during this time of a pandemic that you're still keeping us. You're still in charge. You're still keeping us in perfect peace. Decrease me as you give the increase. I'm not sufficient of myself. All sufficiency lies on the inside of you. And I will forever give you all the glory, all the honor, and all the praise. And it's in the mighty, mighty name of Yahushua I pray. All praises to the Most High Yah. All praises to the Most High Yah. The word says if 2 or 3 gather together in his name, that he would be in the midst. The word says if 2 touch and agree on anything, it shall be done. And I know I can't do nothing this morning without this word being established through the law, the prophets, and the writings. So the method style of study, it is a process of studying the word of Ahaya, Asha, Ahaya, which is I am that I am in Hebrew, the great I am, the Yah of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we seek his guidance and live in a kingdom lifestyle. The Torah is the Most High Yah's teachings and instructions and 613 principles. Is where the Creator speaks, mother. And then we search the witnesses through the books of the prophets, the Nevi'im, and the books of the writings, the Ketuvim, collectively the Torah, the Nevi'im, and the Ketuvim, or identify as the Tanakh, which is the Old Testament's proper title. And it's the only book that Yahushua studied in reference throughout the New Testament. 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 26. For the Most High saw the affliction of Israel, that it was very bitter. For there was not any shut up, nor any left, nor any helper for Israel. Today we look to the word helper. Hebrews number 5826, azar, to help, support, to be helped. The Torah testifies, the prophets proclaim. Because of the day that cometh to spoil all the Philistines, and to cut off from Tyrus and Zidon every helper that remaineth, the Most High will spoil the Philistines, the remnant of the country of Kahor. The writings bear witness. First Chronicles chapter 12, verse 1. Now these are they that came to David of Ziklag, while he yet kept himself close because of Saul, the son of Kish. And they were among the mighty men, helpers of the war. We have completed the method style of study this morning, reviewing helper. First, we recognize the standard set in the Torah in 613 principles. Then we search the witnesses in the books of the prophets, the Nevi'im, and the books of the writings, the Ketuvim, collectively the Torah, the Nevi'im, and the Ketuvim, or identified as the Tanakh, which is the Old Testament's proper title, and it's the only book that Yahushua studied in reference throughout the New Testament. 5 a.m. prayer. The Most High Yah made the female to be a helper, which means to have the ability to adapt. In order to be a helper, you must be able to adapt to any situation. What you say? What you say? 5 a.m. prayer. The Most High Yah made the female to be to be a helper, which means to have the ability to adapt. In order to be a helper, you must be able to adapt to any situation. Come on now, queens. Ezekiel chapter 30, verse 8. And they shall know that I am the Most High when I have set a fire in Egypt, and when all her helpers shall be destroyed. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be unto you, 5 a.m. prayer community. The Most High Yah is bringing understanding and knowledge to our purpose as his people, so that we may walk on a path of function, laying aside all dysfunction in our lives. All right. So now, are you ready for the word of Yah, the father of Abraham, the father of Isaac, the father of Jacob? Are you ready for the word of Yah, the father of Abraham, the father of Isaac, the father of Jacob? This morning, we are coming out of the book of Genesis, Bereshit in Hebrew, our foundation scripture. Genesis chapter 2 in its entirety. Again, this morning, we are coming out of the book of Genesis, Bereshit. Bereshit chapter 2 in its entirety, and it reads, Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day, Yah ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And Yah blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which Yah created and made. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that the Most High Yah made the earth and the heavens. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for the Most High Yah had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was no man to till the ground. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Most High Yah formed man of the dust of the ground, and he breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. And the Most High Yah planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Most High Yah to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is which compasses the whole land of Havilah, which there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is Bethalon and Oxenstone, and the name of the second river is Gohon. The same is it that compasses the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third is Hadadel, that is which goeth towards the east of Assyria, and the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Most High Yah took the man and put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Most High Yah commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou may freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. And the Most High Yah said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. And out of the ground, the Most High Yah formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and he brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all the cattle and to the fowl of the air and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helpmeet for him. And the Most High Yah caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead of, and the rib from which the Most High Yah had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. May the Most High Yah add a blessing to the reading and hearing of his most holy word. A wife and husband need to share the same vision. Come on in here this morning. A wife and a husband need to share the same vision. When a wife decides she wants a completely different vision for her life than her husband's vision, they will experience a division. Come on now, come on now, come on now. When a wife decides she wants a completely different vision for her life than her husband's vision, they will experience division. Die means two or double. Say it again, Dr. J. Die means two or double. The word division could be thought of as double vision. You better come on, break this down, Holy Ghost. The word division could be thought of as double vision. Whenever you have a couple who has double vision, they are in danger of a divorce, because a house divided against itself will fall, according to Luke chapter 11, verse 17. You can't have two visions in the same household, or the man and the woman will be going in different directions. You can't have two visions in the same household, or the man and woman will be going in two different directions. That is why God created the woman to be in a helping position. Come on and listen up this morning, queens. That is why Yah created the woman to be in a helping position. Helpers don't take over. Rather, they assist. Say it again, Dr. J. Helpers don't take over. Rather, they assist. This certainly does not mean that a woman should not have her own interests and develop her own abilities. It means that as a couple, they need to share the same vision for their lives. As a woman, even though you may be talented, educated, intellectual, experienced, elegant, and well-dressed, Yah says, I gave you all these things, not only for your own enrichment and enjoyment, but so that you can be a help to men. You need to use these gifts in your position of helper. Say it again. You need to use these gifts in your positions of helper, of co-leader. What are you using your gifts for? Are you using them to prove to the man that you are just as good as he is? That's not a help. That's competition. Are you using that or them to prove to the man that you are just as good as he is? That's not a help. That's competition. The woman sometimes needs to exercise extra wisdom when helping the man. Come on, wisdom. If any woman wants wisdom this morning, let her ask for it. The woman sometimes needs to exercise extra wisdom when helping the man, because the last thing many men want women to believe is that they need their help. They do not understand how Yah designed women to help them. Yah has said that the man needs the woman's assistance. Yet when she starts helping, sometimes the man interprets her help as nagging. For instance, imagine a man who is not doing what he's supposed to be doing in his home. His wife says to him, sweetheart, you aren't praying. You are not praying. You didn't pray over the food. We didn't read the word today. Can't you hear his ego screaming? I'm going to tell you what to do in this house. I'm the man in this house. I'll pray when I'm ready. The helper is just trying to help him. She's trying to say, look, Yah's vision is for you to be the spiritual leader for me and for our children. However, you can't be spiritual if you won't develop your spiritual life. All right now. So the next day, she says, when are you going to pray? He retorts, don't bother me right now. The Most High will tell me when to pray. The helper is prevented from doing her job. Or suppose the woman says, when are you going to pay the mortgage? He answers, I've been thinking about it. Let me alone. The next day she says, the man called about the mortgage. Never mind, he says. Now he's really getting angry at his helper when she's just fulfilling what she was created to do. I think many of us have been brought up in societies where men don't think they need help. Therefore, when the helper starts to do what she's meant to do, the man goes completely over his rocker, blows his top, and destroys the gift that is in the helper. The man needs to appreciate the woman's role of helper, and the woman needs discernment when giving help. For example, if a woman's husband gets fired or laid off and she says, "Did you lose your job again?" You're always putting the family in these bad situations. She isn't helping. She is destroying the man's self-esteem, wiping out his self-confidence. She is burying his self-honor while she thinks she's helping him. You know, my mother told me not to marry you. My sister warned me of this. Women, you don't know what words like that do to a man. If a man messes up or falls down, don't kick him. Helpers pick people up and dust them off. When they fall down again, they pick them up again. Do you know how many men are where they are today because the helper made sure that he got there? Whatever the man is not, it is not the woman's job to help. It is the woman's job to help him become. Say that again. Whatever the man is not, it is the woman's job to help him become. He might not yet be spiritually mature, but it's your job to help him. A woman can help a man greatly in his spiritual life. If a man you are married to loses his job, he will need much understanding and support. He will need someone who embraces him. A woman can also greatly help a man in his spiritual life. If your husband doesn't pray, don't say you don't pray. Instead, pray for him. That is a way you can really help him. Then encourage him whenever he shows an interest in spiritual matters. Many men are put off by their helpers because they are made to feel very uncomfortable. Helpers are supposed to make people feel comfortable. A man cannot receive help from a woman who is antagonist against him. He cannot receive help if she is offended by him. Under those circumstances, he needs all his power to maintain his purpose. To help means to assist. I'm going to say that again. To help means to assist. Whenever the female decides that she is tired of helping and is now going to become the boss, her home is in trouble. Her relationship is in trouble. In Genesis, we read that Yah told Abraham he is going to have a son. When the promise was delayed, his wife, Sarah, thought she would try to help her husband by giving him her maid as a concubine so that they could have a child through her. She was trying to help her husband, but she was trying too hard. Okay, she was trying to help her husband, but she was trying too hard. Yah wanted Sarah to be the mother of the child. She should have helped by believing Yah and receiving the promise in Yah's timing. Instead, she created a headache and strife for herself and her husband. You better see Genesis chapter 16 and chapter 21. Some men just need a good word from a good woman. What you say? Some men just need a good word from a good woman. There is another point about the woman as a helper that we need to keep in mind. When Yah said he would make a helper for the man, I believe that he intended the woman to be a helpmeet, according to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, for the men in general, not just for her husband. Shut your mouth and keep on talking. I believe that he intended the woman to be a helpmeet for men in general, according to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, not just for her husband. This means that if you are a woman, you are meant to be a spiritual help and encouragement to the men you encounter in your life. Shut your mouth. Please understand that I am not saying a woman has to submit to other men as she submits to her husband. Rather, I am saying that she can be a tremendous influence for good in men's life. Moreover, the helping nature of a woman can be exercised whether a woman is married or single, since it is a natural part of her makeup. A single woman has much to contribute in this way. And if she marries, she can bring into her marriage this valuable experience of exercising her gift and understanding the nature and needs of men. If you see a man, destroying his life with drugs, you can go to him and say, Yah has so much more potential inside of you. It breaks my heart to see you on drugs. You're saying that will be helping him. You don't have to be married to give that type of help. Some men just need a good word from a good woman. Shut your mouth. Some men just need a good word from a good woman. Some men don't have good mothers. Oops, say that again. Some men don't have good mothers. They have been told negative things about themselves all their lives. They are looking for a woman to tell them something positive about themselves. Let me caution you that this can require careful discretion on the woman's part so that the wrong impression is not given. No, brother, we don't like you. We just giving you some good advice from a good woman. Hello, somebody. Mm-hmm. Yet a woman can be a powerful force for good in a man's life by being an encouragement to him. Yes, men are starving for good words from women, especially Hebrew women. Yet sometimes Hebrew women are the ones who destroy men the most because they misunderstood their priority in Yah. They say Yah comes first, and so they neglect their families. The Bible uses strong words about such behavior. It says, if anyone says I love Yah, yet hates his brother, he is a liar. For anyone who does not love his brother, whom he has seen, cannot love Yah, whom he has not seen. According to 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. I'm referring to women who go out to save the world but lose their families. Huh? What you say? Mm-hmm. You so holy, you ain't no earthly good. Yeah, that woman right there. Instead of staying away from home every night of the week to attend prayer meetings, they should be finding ways to encourage and help their husbands and families. That is the way they can best love Yah. The woman is adaptable to the man. You better be able to adapt. The woman is adaptable to the man. Yah said, I will make a helper suitable for him. According to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. Another word for suitable is fit, which means adapted to and in or design. A woman is designed for the purpose of adapting to the man. This means that she has built-in energy and built-in circuits to adapt to his vision and purpose. Consider the following illustration. A plant grows from the soil and has to stay rooted in the earth in order to live. What determines the health of the plant? The soil that it is in. If you plant it in soil that is full of nutrients, it will likely thrive. Yet, if you plant it in soil that is high in salt content, it will become sickly and might even die. So the plant adapts to what it receives from the environment to which it is connected. Therefore, based on the quality of the soil from which the plant comes, you can usually determine the health and nature of the plant. Yah said, I'm going to make a creation from man that will adapt to the nature of the source from which she comes. Come on, Most High Yah. Yah said, I'm going to make a creation from man that will adapt to the nature of the source from which she comes. Whatever the man feeds her, she will become like that. If you take a plant and put it in red dye water, the plant will absorb the color and it will show up in the leaves or blossoms. A similar thing happens in the life of a woman. A woman adapts herself to the source from which she came, the male, and absorbs nutrients from him. Therefore, if the man doesn't like the way the woman is manifesting herself, then he has to check to see what kind of nutrients or kind of poison he is feeding his wonderful plants. She's only manifesting what you're giving her. She's only manifesting what you're giving her. So men, be real careful to blame your wife from some things when what you're feeding her might be killing her. A woman's ability also means that if a woman enters a situation or environment, she is more prone to become like it than the male is. This trait can be a tremendous blessing, but it can also be dangerous. This is why women have to be careful not to open themselves up to any and every environment. I'm going to say that again. This is why women have to be careful not to open themselves up to any and every environment. A female is more emotional than a male because she is moved by environmental stimulants. All right now, therefore a woman will become excited when for the first time she enters a community service in which the ruach of Yah is very strong. A man will walk in with her at the same time, sit in the back and check it out. If she is asked if she would like to join the community, she will join in 3 weeks. He will join in 3 years. The man is different from a woman. He is wired to be logical. So he wants a logical explanation for everything. Why do you raise your hands? He will ask. You can worship with your hands down. On the other hand, a woman will generally say, this is great. I want it, whatever it is. She's reflecting her purpose. Do you wonder why there are usually more women than men in the community? It is because of the way they're made. A woman will always submit and adapt more easily to spiritual things because of her purpose, because of the way she is designed. Most of the time, it takes men a long time to become logically convinced. Now, it's hard for a woman to adapt to someone who isn't leading. What you say? Now, it's hard for a woman to adapt to someone who isn't leading. She cannot follow someone who isn't going anywhere. She cannot adapt to the man who doesn't know what he's doing? The woman can't function properly if the man doesn't function. Therefore, if a man wants a woman to adapt to him, he has to give her something to adapt to. There are many men walking around who have nothing to do, and they're asking women to help them with it. What you need help with? That's illegal. Yah told the man, you will be the provider. You will be a provider. You will be a provider. Yah told the man, you will be a provider. You will provide the vision. A man was made to have a vision. A female was made to help him fulfill it. But if he doesn't have a vision, how can she help him? She can't help a man doing nothing. Huh? She can't help a man that's doing nothing. The world is filled with frustrated females who are living with men who aren't going anywhere. The world is filled with frustrated women who are living with men who aren't going anywhere. The world is just filled with some frustrated women who are living with men who ain't going nowhere. It's ridiculous for a man to ask a woman to leave her parents' home to follow him when he isn't going anywhere. The first question a woman should ask a man when he asks her to follow him is, where are you going in life? Where you going? Where you going? If he can't answer this question, she should tell him to find a map and say that she'll talk to him later. If he can't answer this question, she should tell him to find a map and she will talk to him later. A woman is too precious to waste sitting in a house being frustrated for 15 years. A woman is too precious to waste sitting in a house being frustrated for 20 years. It breaks my heart to see the precious, awesome potential of females being suffocated by some male who doesn't know what he's doing. It just breaks my heart to see a queen sitting with a male that don't know what he's doing. Yah says, I created her to adapt to the male. Say it again, Dr. J. Yah says, I created her to adapt to the male. Yet the male has to have something for her to adapt to. Come on, Holy Ghost. I'm talking to you, single women. I'm talking to you, separated women. I'm talking to you, married women. I'm talking to you, divorced women. We miss some things in the foundational class of relationships with male and female and how Yah created Eve to be a helpmeet. You better pay attention. Yah says, I created her to adapt to the male. Yet the male has to have something for her to adapt to. It's difficult enough to have nothing to adapt to, but it's even worse if you have to adapt to something that isn't right for you. Oh my goodness! Do you see how Yah made women? He made us to adapt So therefore, sometimes you get in these relationships and you wonder why you look up 15 years, 20 years later, and you're still there because you adapting to the wrong thing. It's difficult enough to have nothing to adapt to, but it's even worse if you have to adapt to something that isn't right for you. Many men want women to adapt to a lifestyle that they themselves feel is contrary to their own convictions. Oh, it's getting real. Oh, it's getting real. I said after this series, you gonna choose wisely. A man ain't gonna be able to fool you no more, queen. Because you gonna know who you are. This whole series on women is about the purpose and power of the woman. Many men want women to adapt to a lifestyle that they themselves feel is contrary to their own convictions. The word adapt could be translated submit. What? The word adapt could be translated submit. The woman is wired to submit, but she should truly submit only when she recognizes the man's moral authority over her. Some men don't deserve to be adapted to. Where y'all at this morning? Some men doesn't deserve to be adapted to. They are not worthy of it. They're not giving the adapter that which is comfortable to adapt to. They're not giving the adapter that which is comfortable to adapt to. When this is the case, you will find women adapting in bitterness, in hatred, in deceit, or in malice. They're being forced to adapt to something against their wills, and they hate it. Ooh-wee. Whatever the male gives off or gives out, the female will generally adapt to. Oh, this is good this morning. Whatever the male gives off or gives out, the female generally adapt to. Eventually, she may become it. She was born to adapt. She was designed to adapt. And so she becomes whatever she feeds on. What you say? She was born to adapt. She was designed to adapt. And so she becomes whatever she feeds on. I have observed women whose husbands or boyfriends are prone to swearing. These women likewise eventually develop the habit of swearing. Children also have their roots in the soul. They suck up whatever is coming from their source, and they end up producing the same kind of fruit as their source. In this way, you end up with a family that looks just like the father. The cause of this is adaptability. You wonder sometimes, women, why you can't leave a situation. Because you have adapted to it. You wonder why you can take more and more, hoping for the best, because you have adapted to a relationship that is dysfunctional and that is going nowhere, and all you're doing is wasting your time. That's another year of wasted time. The woman enhances her own life. Say that again, Dr. J. The woman enhances her own life. The woman is therefore an enhancer by being a man's companion, being good for him, sharing his vision, being his helper, and being adaptable to him. In all the ways in which the woman enhances the man's life, she is also enhancing her own. Since she is a co-leader and participant in the dominion vision that was given by Yah to the spirit man, when a woman and a man learns to live together harmoniously, in harmony, within their purposes and positions, helping and supporting one another, they can live the life they were created to live and find lasting contentment and fulfillment. Here goes some principles for you, queens. Number one, in the woman's dominion role as enhancer, she is co-leader with the male. She shares his vision and works with him to accomplish what they were both created to do. Number two, the woman takes who the man is and what the man has and enlarges it and extends it. Number three, the first purpose of the female as enhancer is to be a companion for the male so that he won't be alone. Number four, the second purpose of the female as enhancer is to be good for the male. Number five, the third purpose for the female as enhancer is to share the man's vision. Number six, the woman enables the man to accomplish the vision and purpose for which they were both created. Number seven, one of the ways a woman can help a man to fulfill the vision of is to give him honor. Number eight, the fourth purpose of the female as enhancer is to be man's helper. Number nine, the fifth purpose of the female as enhancer is to be adaptable to the man. And number 10, and all the ways in which the woman enhances the man's life, she is also enhancing her own, since she is a co-leader and participant in dominion vision. All praises to the Most High Yah. All praises to the Most High Yah. And here are your next 5 principles. Under the 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor her manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thou neighbor. Principle number 592. You shall not sell a field segregated by vows as holy to the Most High. Leviticus chapter 27, verse 28. Principle number 593. You shall not redeem a field segregated by vow as holy to the Most High. Leviticus chapter 27, verse 28. Principle number 594. You shall set aside the tithe of the land, of the seed of the land, of the first fruit, of the fruit of the tree as holy to the Most High. Leviticus chapter 27, verse 32. Principle number 596. You shall tithe from your cattle in flock. The 10th shall be holy to the Most High. Leviticus chapter 27, verse 32. And principle number 596. You shall not substitute the tithe of the cattle or flock. Leviticus chapter 27, verse 33.
Now connected to
all
iPhone.
Praises to the Most High Yah. All praises to the Most High Yah.
I should ever leave and wanna come home, please don't close the door on me. If I should go astray, I know your love comes someday.
So good.
I should ever leave and wanna come home. If I should go astray, I know your love comes
Glory. So good.
I should ever leave.
Don't close your door.
I should go astray.
And I know your love. I know your love. Bless your name, Yah.
If I should ever leave,
I know you will. Oh,
I should go astray.
if I should go, I know your love. If I should, I know your love. I know your love. Oh, if I should, it's your name.
If I go astray, if I
Sound the chauffeur. Never leave. If I ever leave, oh, please don't close the door on me and mortified. I know your love will bring me home someday. If I should, I wanna come home. I wanna come home. If I should go astray, I hear your love calling. I hear your love calling me. Come back home, come back home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. If I should go astray, I know. Oh, y'all. You are without excuse, women. You are without excuse. I'm serious. Look at yourself, queens. Come on, Queen Regina. Come on, Queen Doreen. Come on, Queen Erica. Queen Evelyn was up in here. Look at yourself, Queen. What have you adapted to? This is the way we were made as women. If we knew the way we were made and the way the Most High Yah designed us and his purpose for us, we wouldn't be attaching ourselves to folks that we ain't got nothing to adapt to. We got to make some better decisions. We really do. The Most High Yah says, I lay before you blessings and curses, life and death. Choose life. It's time to choose life. Turn the heat up. It's time to choose life. I lay before you blessings and curses, life and death. Choose life. See, you didn't know your purpose before. You didn't know your purpose. You know, we always knew that we wanted to do the right thing as far as we want to get married. We want to raise our kids. We want to raise them the right way. We want to be pleasing to Yah. But the men, and I'm not saying everybody, but some of the men that we have chosen were not men we were supposed to adapt to. And because we were made that way, once we got into it, next day we know we woke up, it's 15 years later. It's 20 years later. It's 30 years later. And now you just adapting. You just adapting. The Most High Yah made us to be an enhancer. Okay? We are supposed to be enhancing your husband's life. Not your boyfriend, not your boo thing on the side, not the person, the man you living with, your husband. Women, we were made to be enhancers, which means we're going to extend and multiply whatever your husband brings to the table. You're going to support that vision. So, but kings, you got to give a vision, first of all, to work with. So we found ourselves, we adapting to situations that we're wasting our time. All we're doing is getting older. We're wasting our time. Y'all came with this relationship series so you could check your relationships. Not saying it's going to always be good, it's going to be right or whatever, but y'all came with a relationship series so you would know how he designed for the male and the female, their positions, both filled with the spirit man to be led by the Ruach HaKodesh. But that's the way that the Most High designed. That was Yah's purpose. That woman is a good thing. It was his idea. Remember, you are Yah's idea. And so since you are Yah's idea, you are a product of the Most High. He is the manufacturer. He knows how you are supposed to function. And he knows certain things about a woman that she is going to do when it comes to a man, because the Most High Yah built her that way. She's a receiver. And a lot of times we would ask ourselves, and sometimes they're bad situations. Now, I'm not trying to say all situations is bad, but right now I'm trying to give you some knowledge. Sometimes we would find ourselves in a bad situation. And when I say bad situation, I'm not talking about abusive, but it's still kind of abusive because you stuck, you won't move. We'll find ourselves in a bad situation and wondering why another year has passed. And we know this situation is not right or good for us. And we stay in it. It's because we were created to be enhancers. We were created to adapt. And another word for adapt is submit. So you would have stayed in that thing forever. It's time to do some soul searching, queens. Come on, Queen Regina. Choose life. Be careful. Seek Yah wholeheartedly first. Exactly. This relationship series is so serious. And I pray when y'all be listening at 5 o'clock in the morning and 7 o'clock on the East Coast time and 6 o'clock Central, I pray that y'all really seeking him and listening. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit of the Most High Yah is saying to us. He don't want you to make the same mistake. And now, you know, if you're married in a marriage, married women, you can know how to fix it. Now you can look at yourself as a wife and you know how Yah created you to be. Single women now, you know not what to do. Separated women, hey, you might be thinking about reconciliation now. Serious. I'm so serious. Yes, Queen Doreen. Yes, Queen Erica. I am so serious. Yah not bringing you a relationship series for nothing. He's not giving you these tools for nothing. He's not. So he's teaching us in our singleness, being separated, being married, being divorced. He's teaching us, queens, and giving us the tools and telling us to use wisdom. Use wisdom, use wisdom, use wisdom. You're going to have to ask for it. Seriously. So I'm thankful for the woman, this series, though, the woman as the enhancer. And y'all threw out some tough words this morning. Plain and simple. He threw out some tough words. If you know you married and your man, you ain't got nothing to adapt to now. Or you dating somebody and you ain't got nothing to adapt to. So it's time to get real. We are over 30, 40, 50. We might even have some 60-year-olds up in here. Are you headed there? But yeah, we need to really think about this. Young women in your 20s and 30s, y'all need to think about this. Yah is teaching us right now. And it's all about relationships. And I'm thankful. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thankful. I am so thankful that he would teach us. So thankful. I mean, so thankful. Because nobody taught us. We didn't know. We went to counseling. We need to know how to balance a checkbook and pay the bills and just get along. Pray together. A family that prays together stays together. You know, they said stuff like that. They ain't give us the real stuff. You know, we ain't get the real down to the, this is what the man's supposed to be doing. This is the roles. This is the purpose of the man. This is the purpose of woman. They should have went through a study like this before saying I do. And marriage is a commitment till death. You're looking at that, oh, so happily ever after. Till death do us part. Till death. Yeah. Till death. You're going to have to die to get out of this. I ain't playing. Nah, man, no. You have to die to get out of this. Mm-mm. 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 Very good, Regina. Praise the Most High. We are not supposed to lead. We are enhancers and supporters. That's right. Our problem was we was trying to lead because he wouldn't. We were out of order. That's why the relationship was dysfunctional, and that's why it wasn't going to never last. It became a competition. It was competitive. Trying to compete with no man. Child, ain't got time for that. I am not trying to compete with you, for real. You can have it. You won. I ain't got time for that. No, no, and no. So we need to thank the Most High, and we need to use these tools, y'all. We need to use these tools. We need to use these tools. Ooh. You know, I was telling, I'm going to be real serious, Queens. I was telling y'all, well, I'm going to just get ready to be by myself forever. I'll be all right. He said it's not good for man to be alone. Man. The spirit man, crazy person, not the female. It is not good for man to be alone. You can't be all in one, Dr. J. Well, shoot, I sure enough can try. Ooh, Lord. I'm learning. I am learning. I'm thankful for this study, though, because I'm learning some stuff at 56. Child, girl, no. No, thank you. No, thank you, Langston. No, thank you. No. So we're going to keep walking, Queens, and we're going to keep trusting the Most High, Yah, and I'm thankful. And yeah. So here we go. Till tomorrow. May the Most High Yah bless you and keep you. May the Most High Yah make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Most High Yah lift up his countenance upon you and give you his peace. Shalom. So they shall put my name on the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Look at Queen Regina. He gonna bless us, Dr. J. Learning too, Dr. J. Okay, Queen Regina. All right, girl. All right. Me too at 53. I know that's where Queen Doreen, you don't bit more look no 53, girl. Wow. There ain't no way. All right. Well, get to the blog spot, get to Facebook, get to YouTube. It will encourage you. Have a supernatural day 3. Divine intervention. The Most High Yah is divinely intervening in your day. I love you, love you, love you. Oh, I love you. You know I love you. Bye now. So good. So good.